Hi, I'm Exorcist, and this is Terra Invicta. We're playing as the Resistance. And, well, today we're gonna get the new Gateway Mars up and running. We have successfully taken a Deimos from the Protectorate, I believe, was here before us. So we're rebuilding that base, and we also have a fleet out here by Phobos, or in transit, I think. Yeah, it's still in transit. And we're gonna pick this one off the Academy for the extra volatiles there. And it actually turns out it's a pretty good mine, this one. If we go in and look at it, it's actually doing 200 volatiles. And volatiles is one of the things that's really holding us back at the moment. Our fleet here is waiting for some reinforcements and to be able to refuel, of course. We've got one fleet coming in here, and the other one is waiting for a 6th ship before making the transit. And then we're gonna then this fleet is gonna be more or less complete to be able to do some operations. The aliens do have quite a lot of activity here in the inner system, but nothing that is too worrying at the moment. Down on Earth, we're still mostly integrating around in Asia. We've still got Vietnam here to go with. Oh, Vietnam has allies that have nuclear weapons, alright. So we need to just remove all the allies here. I was kind of hoping the AI would do this for us, since it is a little bit tedious. But sure, we can do it this way as well. And then we've got Angola left as well. There, no more allies. We are tracking Xenoform Alpha 26 over here in the United States. So next turn we might be able to run an assassination attempt on him. That we can free up, I think it's Exodus up here, right? Yeah. And the Academy. They don't need an alien running around here, and we'll help them out a little bit, even if they don't seem to be helping us that much. Okay, so we have a captured Dante base here on that Stickney crater on Phobos. Looks like we did not do a good job at keeping the station in one piece. But the mine is in one piece, and that's the important part here. That'll allow us to just keep collecting these for a little bit, and then we can upgrade it to tier 3 later on as well. I'll have a little bit of a look through this station and make sure that it's being repaired in a good way. Okay, so we finished the algorithmic economic management and give us a little bit more control cap and a little bit extra for the economy priority. The admin complex is probably one we want to pick up before though. And this one, it gives a better mining bonus. Gives a 10% mining bonus instead of 5, and also gives a little bit more mission control. So we're gonna put this one on all our mines, of course. And I'm guessing climate change is starting to take a big toll on the planet here. We can't really choose anything else, so yeah, we're gonna have to get some unrest down there in the Southeast Asian Alliance. And we can actually have a bit of a look just at how bad the environment is. It's in here on the Intel screen. We can go to global here. The global temperature anomaly in total is plus 1.9, which is not very good. The seas have risen by 40 centimeters. And the GDP impact is 1.5%. It is something that we could start to look into in our countries to try to mitigate this, but we'll get to that when we need to. We need to have good countries as well, so. And we are now in the Southeast Asian Alliance. We can declare our war on Vietnam. And India, of course, wants to join. Indonesia does not need to join this war. We'll just deploy them into Hanoi there. Both of their armies are down in Ho Chi Minh, which of course is not their capital, so they're just gonna disappear here in a little bit. Nari here has a itch in her fingers. She's got someone she wants to have a little bit of a dinner date with.
Removing our enemies.
At your service.
Did we have a... No, that's a purge. We don't want to purge.
At your service.
We want to assassinate him, of course. At 3%, yeah, that seems a lot more reasonable. We will put lots of ops into that. We don't get to kill them very often, so...
They won't see me coming.
Samsa, of course, needs to be protecting her.
Standing by for orders.
We don't want anything untoward to happen.
Ready for orders.
Emiliano
I'm
needs
here.
to run another investigate mission here. And we will give him the ops he needs to, well actually. Yeah, the 32 is fine. A 96% chance
Eyes on the
to
target.
hit that is a good
Where
one.
to?
That means the last investigation will land. And then we can do the assassination with a little bit higher than 30%. And the aliens are really starting to expand again, so now they're on Dion again. We just completed the taking over Vietnam. And it's been added here, where we want it, of
Making
course.
contact.
You must be stopped, lest you bring about Earth's annihilation.
We will see if we can make her like us a little bit more here. And, well, she is willing to improve the relations a little bit here, but we have to give up a little bit of technology. It's just mostly old technology here, so the Hydron Trap, of course, is good, and the lithium heat sinks are good. But I'm surprised she doesn't have them unlocked already herself. Of course, these reactors are probably useless to her, and we wouldn't hurt if she gets another mining company, I guess. That's always something we can pick off them if we want to. But improving the relations here could be. And they still seem to be at war with us, so maybe it didn't do quite that much. But maybe they'll redirect it towards someone else. Okay, so Emmet and Nari here have gotten into conflict. We've had this event before, I think. And this one would put Nari in detention for 6 mission phases. That's way too much. And they'll both just lose 3 loyalty, and we will have to inspire them again. We can't have her in detention when
We've got some intel on our target.
when she's trying to assassinate Xenoform Alpha 26 here.
Problem solved. Permanently.
There we go. She successfully completed her mission. That's 1 less alien on Earth. That's always nice, and we were up to 50% chance there with the last investigation. So that's nice. Well worth the almost 200 ops we spent on it. Okay, now it's time for India. And we will see if we can pull it off this way. Now let's start with the Micronesian states. And for the European Union, we don't need to join. Southeast Asian Alliance does not need to join, but Indonesia does need. I will close this one. And now we should be able to, we'll see what happens here. Yes, no, that's the Polynesian states. We probably don't need the entire stack moving over, but it's easier to just move the entire stack. It'll take a little while for them to ship over there, but shouldn't be any issues for them to deal with that once they actually do. And we finished the advanced coil gun batteries. We don't actually deploy this on any ships anymore, but we will deploy them on all of our defense arrays, and that's nice to have. I think we'll just go straight into the advanced coil cannon. Okay, so talking about climate change, the Pine Island glacier collapses. So the glaciers in Antarctica are failing, and that's gonna increase the sea level by 20 centimeters and increases the frequency of flooding events. And we've gotten quite a bit of flooding events in India and in Indonesia. I think we've had them in China too. Okay, so we finished the admin complex. This is nice. It's quite costly to support though. But we are building boosts, so we should be able to manage this too. We will have to be a little bit more selective with it. I think the other one costs 1.5 or 1. And we're just going to pick up some of these information science projects. I'm going to pick up this one. We are building mission control when we can, so. And we'll pick up directed focus because I think it's time for that. And then we'll probably start working on transnational management. And here we go. We've got the last of the ships, long-range ships we built. Let's make sure that we get these over to Mars as well. And we just send them over straight to... maybe we should go out and smoke this station as well. Yeah, we're not in a good orbit to transfer there at the moment. "18 weeks. That's a long time for the fleet to be assembled. And we do have the water stockpiles for this. We'll burn hard for Mars. We'll reach there in 14 weeks. That'll be fine. Now we finish the space traffic control. Now we'll go straight into directed focus here. Okay, so Gateway Mars has been completed. I want to go there. This means that we can finally actually resupply and repair our ships. That'll take 5 days, that's fine. And then we have the Marines here as well. I want to repair and resupply. It's going to take a little bit longer because they've lost a little bit of Marine strength. You can see just refueling takes quite a lot of water here too. That's less than a month's income though, so. And what did we actually have for the this fleet? I never cancel this operation. I just want to see what it's costing 4,000 water to refuel this fleet. Now we have to wait for the other ones now. Alright, well, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Nothing's going to happen here in 2 weeks. And we should be upgraded here as well, so I'll have a look at this and see what we do. Okay, so we have arrived here in the Micronesian states. They don't have any military forces, so occupying here is going really quickly. Indonesia took control, good. They have been conquered and it worked just as I thought it would do. So this should be Indonesia now. And we will of course do the same thing with the Polynesian states, and then we're ready for unification on this side. And we'll probably get some breakaway states that India will have to go and mop up anyway, but we'll deal with that when we get there. And we finished the dusty plasma radiators. And these are very good for reducing the tonnage of your ships. We'll see to putting those on our ships when we do the next bunch of refits on them. I think we'll pick this one up. Just increases the chance of us promoting officers on our ships after combat, or after transferring for that matter too. And we've got some flooding in India. This is the episode of climate change. Now we'll send aid. We have the availability, so. Okay, our fleet is ready and in action again. We're just waiting for the repair. Yeah, we want to resupply too, of course. Okay, yeah, so something here must be out of supply. And we'll fix that up. And these should be all fixed. Good. Yeah, so we've finished up here on Mercury MC1. And this one, of course, costs loads and loads and loads of money. What we either could do is put up another... We could put either a nano factory on them. That'll help a little bit. Yeah, especially when we research manufacture or the bigger version of them. Or we could also put up not a residential module, but a hospital. Don't think we've got the tier 3 hospitals either. That would generate them. We want to save the boost for admin towers now, I think. Okay, so I'm back here on Mercury MC1. Now we did overproduce power a little bit. I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough, but let's just take... And we'll build up just yet another command center here. We will save this hub template, because we're going to be upgrading the other 2 stations in orbit here. We do have a little bit of a problem with cash flow here though. So maybe we hold back just a little bit on that. But these are going to be what's going to give us the mission control to give us the capacity to go elsewhere. And we finished directed focus here as well. That was also another very cheap research project. And I think we'll just go over way down at the bottom. We go straight into transnational management here. That's a very big increase, but it does take a lot more longer to actually research. That's about a year at this pace. We're back here, and we now need to declare our war. So let's. We now know that we can declare war from India on another nation's claims. So we'll declare war on the Philippines with India.
On my way to the capital.
And we will integrate that into the Southeast Asian Alliance. And then we'll head back down for the Polynesian states and do the last one. And our crew is going to do the inspires on Nari, Emmet, and Neha. We're doing Nari first, then we'll do Emmet, then we'll do Neha, because Neha needs the most. And both Fru and Emiliano here have some experience to spend, so well, let's do that. And let's get through up a little bit in persuasion here. Got a little bit we can get from these here. And it's got 10 in espionage now, so let's make sure that we get a little bit more persuasion. And then we've got Emiliano. Can't really put anything more. He probably can do with a little bit more espionage, as he is out there all the time doing things. And we're starting to complete our colony mines here on Mars. And now we're up to a T3 mine here. And still didn't make a big dent here, did it? But we're gonna upgrade the admin complex here. Now maybe we'll try to see in which ones make the most sense. We do gain a lot of nobles from here, though this one is worth upgrading. It makes a little bit of everything. And I think Dante here is now our biggest producer of volatiles. At least when I sort it out that way. So let's upgrade the mine here now that the other mine is online. That'll take us 160 days. With reduced incomes, of course. But I think that's going to be worth it. We'll have more than enough power to power everything here. We've got loads of broken slots here for other things. I think we're building an admin tower here, because I didn't have the complex unlocked, so we'll have to upgrade that one later on as well. And we finished upgrading here Blackburn base. This is also a very good volatiles mine. We just upgraded this one to T3 though, so we can upgrade the mine, but I think we will hold on a little bit longer there. But this one is a very good candidate. We'll update the admin complex straight away though. I think that one is worth it. What did we have for... Oh, we can't build that one here now, of course. And we've got Arabia Terra we want to have a quick look at as well. The same thing here, we just finished upgrading it to tier 3. This is another good candidate for a tier 3 mine. And we should have an admin... No, this was Blackburn base, okay. Yeah, okay, that's all we had here, good. It was the same base we went to. Okay, so India wants to declare some wars. We want to go to war with the Philippines. European Union does not need to join. The Southeast Asian Alliance does need to join. Indonesia does not need to join this one. And we are now at war again. And let's send these armies off to the Philippines. That should be Manila we want to go to. However, we do want to keep one of these. Here, cancel movement. And we will send the Senabani down to the Polynesian states here in a little bit. We want to get rid of the armies from there and the bases. I find this is the things I need to keep track of where they are. The bases and fleets we've got this one for. And the next war here, of course. We want to declare war on the Polynesian states. The European Union does not want to join. Southeast Asian Alliance does not need to. Indonesia does. And then we can move. Just quickly activate these again. Move this army down there.
The simple truth is that any spaceship is just a large metal balloon filled with air. Once pierced, it has lost all its wonder. Colonel Hans Castillo, Fundamentals of Orbital Warfare.
Alright, so we've finally completed phased array lasers, or phasers. And they will start unlocking all of these things. The point defense phasers are really good. And we're also going to have the green phaser batteries, the UV phaser batteries and the UV phaser cannons, of course. Batteries for our battle stations, or our... Yeah, on all of our stations and bases, and the... Actually, those don't work on the atmosphere, so they'll get the green ones. Or we probably need the green ones for those. But the phasers are good. Actually, I think this global tech updates all of the ground-based batteries automatically. And then we need to research this one for the space-based ones. I think we'll pick up the genies here for the Methuselah therapies. I think that's fine. The other thing I'd like to go into is clean energy, or start heading towards terawatt fusion reactors and inertial confinement fusion. I think this is the path we want to take for our drive upgrades. The other one we could do, of course, is antimatter, but that means we need to set up an entire economy for antimatter as well. So I think inertial confinement fusion is good enough for us. Let's pick genies up there. That's a good enough one for us to be on now. And instantly we unlock the point defense laser turrets. That's nice. Infrareds, we can obsolete those. Greens, we can obsolete those. UVs, favorite. Okay, since we're doing quite well in Asia, we'll start working a little bit here on Europe. Because Exodus has already started to take in Estonia and Lithuania. So only Latvia is in the European Union. We'll have to take those back from Exodus some way later on. We will start with trying to integrate the rest of the European Union here. There's quite a lot of spread here. We'll start up in Finland, I think. And maybe we'll start here on the eastern border so that Exodus doesn't try to take even more. They've got loads of armies here. They don't have very good military score here, at least not compared to our Indian armies. Arrived here in both Polynesia and in the Philippines. Oh, new mining complex. That's nice. We need to check this one out. And this was a T3 mine. And this was another good one to upgrade. Let's upgrade the admin complex here as well. And we have a second megafauna around here in Africa. So maybe we should go in and clear some of this out. I'm kind of thinking this will help the AI armies have something to do. And we've taken control of the Philippines. And we're just waiting for Polynesia there too. I'm putting a little bit of spoils into China here. We should have enough to counteract the spoils that we're making and see if it helps us out with the economy here a little bit. And there we're all set for the next turn. So thank you very much for watching. Take care and see you next time.